Okay, let's see. Should be live. It is okay. Perfect. We'll go live on Instagram. How do I do this? Okay, perfect. All right. Well, hello. How's it going? Let me settle. Okay, hold on. Well. Welcome to Midweek with Maggie. Let's see what my face is kind of okay. Let's adjust this. Okay, here we go. So I've been struggling with this technology for probably last 20 minutes, trying to go live on Facebook, and now here I am. So I think I'm good. Say hello if you can hear me, and wave. I'll wave back people from on Facebook. What is this? Instagram. All right. Well, so this Midweek with Maggie, I do this go live every week, even though I missed it last week, but I do this every week. And this is episode 12, yes, 12. And then I do this go live to share my journey as a human, as an entrepreneur, as a female, and share my breakthrough experience, and so that and then give you a different perspective to life, and so that you can live your life at fullest. So 7 people watching on Instagram. Facebook, it seems like just 1 person. I know I'm only doing live on the business page. I can't see the comments for Instagram, so I'll get back to you. But so how is everyone doing? Let me know where you're tuning in from. I think last time I did a go live, somebody from Costa Rica was tuning in, so that was pretty cool. So let me know. I am currently in Phoenix, and let's see. So what have I been up to? Been doing behind the scenes stuff. I feel like I'm very overwhelmed with a lot of things that I have to do for my business, and my business partner Danny is staying with me here. She's like sitting right there. But we're working on a bunch of stuff, and I'm like overwhelmed. I'm one of those people get overwhelmed and having too many things on the list, and end up not crossing off any of it, just multitasking. And it's raining pretty hard here. And yeah, so I wanted to talk about Myers-Briggs personality types, if you ever heard of it. But before jump in, I wanted to touch on the what's going on in the world, which is, I know that a lot of people, well, the media is creating the panic about the coronavirus, and in my opinion, you shouldn't worry about it. I'm gonna create a post about my opinion towards it, but it's just, know where you're getting the information from, and then there's nothing to worry about. And even if you get infected, there's like really tiny chance of dying. And even if I did get infected, still I'm not scared of death. So there you go. And then what I was gonna say, I wanted to say something, but I went somewhere else, so I'll just dive in. So I wanted to touch on the Myers-Briggs personality types, and this is something I'm passionate about, and this helps me how other people. Oh, microphone is so far away. There you go. I'm putting this here, and then so this is something I'm passionate about, and really see how, like, the effective way to communicate with others with the certain personality type I had, and then the certain personality type the other person has, or obviously more than one person if you're talking multiple people at the same time. But so let me know if you've ever heard of it. If you have, then let me know your personality type. If not, don't worry, I'm gonna go over it. This is gonna be a special edition because I didn't do it last week, so it's gonna go probably over 25 minutes. So I'll just dive in. So Myers-Briggs personality type, I don't remember the whole history behind it, but this was created a while back by this family, and I think it was a daughter and mom, or it's the kid and then the parent. I can't remember too much detail of it in terms of the name and the history behind it, but the content is really knowing your personality type. And it's not like you're putting yourself in a box, rather, but it's more like knowing who you are, and then how you can make that personality in your favor, so that you don't have to work too hard, or you can communicate better. So there are, let's see, 4 categories that you are choosing either one side or the other. And then each category has a letter. So like, I'm going to dive into the first one. It's introvert and extrovert. And introvert stands for I and extrovert stands for E. So at the end of this go live, you're going to have 4 letters. And then based on your 4 letters, that's your personality type within the Myers-Briggs personality types. There were 16 of them. So let's see. And so the first one, I kind of mentioned, the introvert and extrovert. So this is where you get your energy from. And I know that most of us, even though like I'm extroverted, I definitely have introverted side of me, but it's really which one you have a more. And so I'm going to go through introverts. So introvert tends to, it's not, I know that like introvert, extrovert typically used as like, if you're easy talking to other people, then they're, considered as like extroverted, and introverts more like quiet, they want to be by themselves, but it's this one, it's really actually where you get your energy from. So if you get more energy from like within you inside, then that's considered an introvert. And if you get energy from outside, then that's extrovert. So in details, like introverts, the traits be like, oh, I can do this all by myself. Get energy from internal, like I said, have a lot of own thoughts in their head, and then they think first. They think before they say anything. So like, for example, if you're waiting in line somewhere, and then like, the line's so long, and you wanted to say something to a person maybe in front of you or behind you, like, oh, today's look, this line's so long, but whatever, that chit chat. Introvert has to talk a lot in their head first. It's like, ooh, should I say something? Should I not? Ooh, what do I say? All that internal talk. If you have that, then that's introvert. And also they tend to be great listeners, and they love, not necessarily they hate people, they just love hanging out in a smaller group rather than bigger group. And they tend to think that talk is cheap because they think a lot in their head first. So that's introvert side. And then extrovert side, so this is more me actually. So I call myself extroverted. Let me check Instagram, see if I see any comments. I'll just wave back. Hello, thanks for waving. I'll just virtually waving back. Hi. This is so funny. Okay, let's see. Okay, cool. So any questions, just drop in the comments. Let's see, stay there. Okay, so extrovert, they get the energy from outside, love being with other people. Obviously, the introvert think first, so it's opposite of that. So they talk first, and they value having many friends. I don't think that so actually I should probably said this before. There's no right or wrong being one side or the other. This is just who showing who you are, and how you can, where you stand with the other types of people, and how you can embrace your traits. And so they talk about first, value having many friends, can read loud. Oh yeah, so they don't mind doing work or reading their own, like, work in the loud spot, like a cafe, or I don't know, I can think of any other situation, like a restaurant. They can focus while there's a noise going on around them. And then they want affirmation or like acknowledgement from other people. I definitely have this, like if you're working really hard and you want to be recognized for that work, or the work, or the person themselves, and they love speaking on the stage, and they're really good in team sports, and then they're more of action takers. So pick introvert, extrovert. For introvert, I, extrovert, E. So I'm gonna move on to the next one. So next one is sensor. So that's S, and then other one is intuitive. But since I is already taken, it's you pick N if you're intuitive. So the sensor, this is how you see it, this either sensor or intuitive. This is how you see the world. And for sensor, they want specific answer and a specific question. So like, for example, time, like you ask friend like, hey, let's just go there. If somebody says, hey, let's meet there around 4, or like maybe like 15-20 minutes before 5, or whatever the time, they rather hear like exact time, like 3:45 or 3:30, rather than around vague answers. They're very detail oriented. They tend to master in one thing rather than multiple things. And so it's like, if you know somebody who's been in the same industry for so long, they're mastering it. So they tend to be a sensor. They care about facts and figures. And then they're the kind of people read magazine from like cover to cover, and because they want to see all the details. And they're more literal. Like if you make a comment and they'll ask like, are you serious, are you joking? They wanted to get the bottom of it. And actually, so because they're good at mastering one thing, athletes and dancers tend to be the sensor. And they're more in the moment kind of people. And majority, this is a traditional, so majority of people actually fit in the sensor. If you like the like a traditional way, following the same pattern, then you want to stick with it, then you're probably more like a sensor. So the opposite, intuitive, is, I'm looking at no, by the way, that's what I'm looking down. And so intuitive, many entrepreneurs, visionaries, they are intuitive. So opposite of sensor, they see more possibilities. So it's like, ooh, I wonder I could do this or that. There's definitely like so much use so much imagination. So the entrepreneurs like, ooh, maybe I could do this, and or like, what else can I do? And so they like the ideas and theories rather than facts and figures. So they definitely have a good fantasy imagination, creative. Then because of that, frustrated by details, which I'm intuitive, so I don't care too much of details, which is, obviously it's good and bad at the same time. But like I said, there's no right or wrong in this situation. It's really knowing who you are. And so the intuitive people, they're future oriented. Let's see. Drive through for bank. Oh, so this is just one of the examples. So the drive through for bank, that the person who come up with that idea was intuitive. They actually went through for did the drive through for fast food, and they made a connection between fast food and bank, which is a completely different industries. But it's like, ooh, maybe I can put this in the banking, finance situation. So they made that drive through for bank. So that's they're because creative, they can make a connection between two completely different things. And so like extrovert, this is just extra, but if you're extroverted, intuitive, they know how to like connect people to people, and they tend to seek a connection between two things because of that. So they are definitely good at like networking And yeah, so that's, so either pick S or N. Moving on, next one is, it's thinker or feeler. This is how we make decisions. And thinker, so thinker, so the actually the guys tend to be a thinker, so they don't, what's the word, well, so I guess the opposite, the feeler, the female tend to be feeler. They are more emotional, make decision based on how they feel. So if you think, if you're a guy, actually I guess, I'll come back to this one. So the thinker is more left brain based, using left brain, more analytical, very calm. It's fair, and they know what's fair and truthful, and so they're good at making a good judgment. So like, for example, like they would be a good manager, because they're like robot without feeling. And so they can, like, let's say if they have to have a conversation that you don't want to have, like, firing in somebody, they have, they don't feel not so bad, for the people, you're firing. And they're mathematical, scientific, logical. So the guys, they think analytical, think using the left brain. So that's what's thinker. So the feeler, they use a lot of right brain, creative side, and comes from heart. They're more empath, trying to keep everybody happy, or what would make people happy. They like being liked. Doesn't want anyone to get upset. Let's see, good at understanding what others are going through, because the empath, easy to talk to, like girls, mom figure, you can think of the female figures, they're easy to talk to rather than like a dad. And then they tend to put themselves last, and they apologize if they think they offended somebody. So like, some people, you make a comment, and then it was like borderline. I was like, oh, did I offend that person or not? But like, so after, you make that comment, and they'll say, oh, did I offend you? If I did, I'm sorry. If you say that, then you're definitely a feeler. So the thinker, male tend to be a thinker, and then female tend to be a feeler. And if you're a female, and if you have a both trait, then you are actually thinker. And for male, if you have a both traits, then you're feeler. So that's a pick T or F. And for me, it's F, feeler, definitely. And so last one is perceiver or judger. And this is how you structure your day / life. Actually, let's see if I see any comments. I'll just way back. Oh, actually, somebody's watching. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna go through the comments because I see from England, 2 people from England. Okay, well, hi, thanks for watching. Let's see. And there's Daddy. True talk, awesome. I'm gonna wait. This is so weird. Oh wait, I flipped the camera. There's Daddy. Okay, I don't know why I did that. All right. Well, you got to see her sitting right there. I wasn't joking. So, okay, get back to this. A perceiver and judger. So how you structure your day. So if you're a perceiver, you are creative, very spontaneous, good at starting a project. And they're action taker, but not much of a big planner. They are messy, but they know where everything is. One of those people, their room is super messy, but you can't really tell where everything is, but they know where to find it. They tend to be more like hippie. Let's see. Oh, they think time in a multidimensionally, is that a word? So they think like they have a lot of time in their day. So they tend to be like late if you have appointment with them. And yeah, and that's the perceiver. So judger would be the opposite. They think the time in a linear linear is, yeah, it's like 2-dimension rather than multi-dimension. So they feel like they don't have enough time in a day. And let's see, because of that, they like to structure a day, and they like crossing off the to-do list. They are great at finishing tasks. So perceivers, they're great at starting, but they're not necessarily great at finishing it. So then the judger is opposite. So they are great at finishing it, but not necessarily starting it. And they want judges, they want certainty and security. So if you are perceiver, you pick P. If you are judger, pick J. So let me know your personality type. So now you have 4 letters. So me, it's extroverted, intuitive, feeler, and perceiver. So I am ENFP. And if you want to get more specific, there is a website. You can literally type Myers-Briggs Personality Types on Google, and they have a more of a like situational questions, and they can give you the exact 4 letters to define your personality type. And so just the additional stuff, like ESTJ, they would be a great project manager because they are analytical thinker and they actually finish tasks. So, they are on top of the projects. And if you're looking for like a personal assistance, either ISFJ or ESFJ would be a great personality type. And it's ISFJ, then they are loyalist and they overcommit things. But so if you're so this is really great when you're trying to hire somebody, if you're trying to work with somebody, or even just trying to date somebody. If you don't have a good personality type match, then or knowing the other person's personality type and how you can like synchronize it, then you might not be able to communicate well, because you don't think the way they think. It's because it's different than yours. So let's see. So like if it's I and T, they tend to be programmers. So the computer people. Okay. And then so like if it's SJ in it, they're a traditionalist. Like a extreme majority of society fits in SJ. And the SP would be the performer, athletes, creative like artist. And NT, so intuitive and thinker, they are the like life hackers. They are scientists, researcher. So like people like Elon Musk, if you know Tim Ferriss, he wrote a book called The 4-Hour Work Week. And let's see, Mark Zuckerberg, they fit in NT. And then NF, so intuitive feeler, they are the word hugger. They think of humanity first. So think of like Oprah, and trying to bring people together. So that's all I had for a note. Actually, let's see. Oh, so like SP, people like Lewis House, they are great at like they present themselves well. Once they master something. Like Lewis House was like a football player, but now he's like a author and then a great speaker, which is completely two different like area, but he is managed to mastering those two. So let's see. Yeah, so like a DJ, love putting music that never create. Oh yeah, so like a DJ, they would fit in SP as well. So that's all I had. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's see, I'm gonna check on. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you make sure I actually waved to everybody back. Wave. This is so weird. Instagram, I'm still figuring it out. So that's what I have. I don't know how long I've been going. 24 minutes. I'm actually doing so well. I thought I was going to go a little bit over. So hope everyone's having a great day so far. and enjoy the rest of your week. And let me know your personality type, because I actually love doing this. Whenever I meet somebody new, or even my friends that I know for a long time, I go through it and then find out their personality type. And I'll put the picture in the comments somewhere, where you can see the kind of like a quick overview of each personality type. And when you read it, you're like, okay, that makes sense. And by knowing your personality type, and then the other people's personality types, you can communicate better. Because, like, it's funny because my friend slash business partner Danny is sitting there. She's introverted and I'm extroverted, and we see the major difference in terms of like interacting with others. And also not just the I and E, but like a perceiver and judger. She's a judger and I'm a perceiver. So when it comes to like planning something, we think very different. So it's very interesting. And so if you want to look into it, go and if you find out something that I didn't mention, feel free to leave a not I guess you can send me a message too, or leave a comment, and I'd love to hear it. And so yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next week. Peace.